So let's start with last night. Cowboys, New York Giants, going to be the most watched game. I haven't seen the ratings yet. I imagine it was big. And for those driving, didn't see it last night, nice to live on the West Coast where you can watch the end of a game and still go to bed at a reasonable hour. The New York Giants got a lot of breaks in that game. Tony Romo was unbelievable. And it was one of those games as a visiting team in division, the New York Giants. I think they kind of felt last night, we might just steal one here. So that was their mindset. Boy, we've gotten a couple of breaks on tip passes. Got a touchdown, probably didn't deserve it. It was one of those games where Dallas was humming. Giants kept getting some good breaks. That's not to say anything bad. I like the Giants this year. I think they're going to be a borderline playoff team. So you come down, there's about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left, and the Giants have a chance. Kick a field goal, go for a touchdown, but if they go for it, what are you going to do? Just eat the clock, run the ball, right? That's like 1988 football. Got to run the clock, got to eat the football. Run. Got it. World's changed. I have no problem with the Giants passing last night. What I have a problem with is Eli not at this point in his career when nobody was open, just sitting down, taking a sack, backing it up, and eating clock. The throwing part, I'm okay with. Got to go for it in 4th and 1. Got to run, really? Marshawn Lynch, 40% since joining Seattle in 2010. The beast mode, best running back in the league, can't bring that guy down. 40%. Conversion rate, 1 yard line. That's Marshawn Lynch. Giants don't have Marshawn Lynch. Cowboys now with DeMarco Murray gone, that offensive line, they couldn't run. Teams don't run very well anymore. You want to know why? It's a passing league. With the new collective bargaining, offensive lines generally aren't as good. Young guys take 2 and 3 years to get the practice reps in. Teams don't run the football as well. Beast mode. You want to know what beast mode is in the postseason? Seattle Seahawks dynasty running the football at the 1 yard line? 25%. That's his success rate. Beast mode. Used to be you did that. Think about this. Again, don't make too much of the game. Giants going to be okay. Dallas isn't definitively anything after that. But just think about this. Think about the 2-minute drill. When I've watched football now for 43 years. I started watching at 7. It used to be the 2-minute drill was chaotic, even for the great quarterbacks. Even for Troy Aikman, Dan Marino, Elway. 2-minute drill, no huddle. What do you mean no huddle? It was chaotic. I would argue today that Aaron Rodgers and Tony Romo are better rushed because it's more instinctive and they're brilliant athletes. Aaron Rodgers, a minute rushed, can't look to McCarthy, is better looking over at McCarthy. Tony Romo, I would argue his 2 best drives yesterday were both rush drives. Hurry up, a minute, get things done. Nobody huddles in practice anymore. So this idea, if I'm facing Aaron Rodgers, if I'm a Packer fan or a Cowboy fan, my issue isn't I have enough time with a minute 40. It's we'll score too early and give the opposing guy 49 seconds to tie it with a field goal. You Packer fans know what I'm talking about. You give Aaron Rodgers 2:10, your concern isn't that he's going to drive it down the field. Even against a Seattle, it's he'll get it down there in 48 seconds. So the New York Giants, who were going to steal one, who had been outplayed for big portions, got down to the end of the game and said, why not just not run it? We're not that great. We've got a borderline Hall of Fame quarterback. Rashad Jennings or Eli. Put it in Eli's hands. Let's pass, touchdown, game over. We walk out of here, we steal one. I don't have a problem. The problem is Eli, who should know better, rolled out, nothing there, threw it away and killed the clock. So Tony Romo, instead of getting 49 to 52 seconds, gets a minute 29, minute 30. But this idea that the reality today is college quarterbacks, high school quarterbacks, nobody huddles. So it has taken away the chaos and the stigma of, oh boy, 2-minute offense. It used to look, even for the good quarterbacks, clunky, rushed. It doesn't anymore. Romo? So you're gonna just decide to just run the football, eat the clock, kick a field goal. All right. Romo can beat you now with a touchdown. 50 seconds. You think 50 seconds? He didn't even have Des Bryant, and he mowed down the field. He had no running game yesterday. Look at his numbers. Romo was unstoppable yesterday, and the Giants knew that. And they thought, we're in division. We've been outplayed. We can steal one, put it in the end zone. Let's try a pass because, frankly, we're not very good running from a yard to 2 yards out. Nobody is. The Seahawks aren't. So this whole thing about football, you gotta blank. Days are over. You don't gotta run the football well. Giants won a Super Bowl several years ago. They were 32nd in the league in rushing. You gotta be good defensively. Colts got to the AFC Championship game last year. You don't gotta do anything in this league. You know the one thing you gotta do? You gotta find a quarterback who at times can carry you. That's what you need to do in the NFL. Tim Tebow had a 6-7 game winning streak. He's not going to carry you when that defense isn't great. That's what you got to do in this league. Keep your job. You got to find a quarterback, Romo, Rodgers, Breeze, Brady, blah, 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 who can at times carry you when your defense stinks, because eventually, every franchise, it will. Just think about this. Think about how the game has changed. Two great defenses yesterday, Seattle and St. Louis, 34-31. This year, 17 rushing touchdowns, 40 passing touchdowns. Now tight ends dominate games. Gronk, the kid in Kansas City. So, everybody is just going to, I'm going to bring Bill Parcells on in 20 minutes. This idea of just eating teams alive who decide to throw the ball at the 1 yard line, the 2 yard line. Do you know when the Seahawks did that in the Super Bowl and it was picked off by Malcolm Butler? It was the first time a pass had been picked off at the 1 yard line in like 70 attempts. It's different. The New England Patriots have made a living off throwing inside the 4. If it's at the 4 yard line with New England first down, they're as likely to throw than run. No problem with it. Just if you're going to do it right. If the guy's not open, sit down and eat the clock. But give you a chance to be aggressive. Give your team a chance to win that game. Come on, you walked into Dallas. Romo was unbelievable. You had a couple of quirky defensive breaks on tip balls. You were going to steal a game in division. I have no problem being aggressive and saying, let's end this puppy and get in a plane and get out of here. We're lucky to be 1-0.